What's good, YouTube? Brian don't stop here. See what Mag back at it. Haven't been able to game all week. Last week was crazy at work. Um, but we're gonna grind it on out. We're gonna grind it on out every chance I get. Gotta approach this differently. Gotta approach it the only way that I know how, and that's just to obsess all the time that I could possibly have towards something, resting, working, streaming. Um, the most progress I always make is with the Kansas. And we're going to continue to start there to try to get back into rhythm and, catch back up. I think the rest of it will kind of come full circle if I start here first. Excuse me. Love the acceleration. The accelerate. Above 5, you're reporting. I can't get on the bottom 5, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. They start off with the BS, man. I can't. Like I was saying, dang, the acceleration is really, really good. Um, we will try our best to angle well. So basically, once I get halfway here, kind of try to get an idea of where this BD is going to be at. We're gonna like slow down into either 3/4 of a half speed, and then we're gonna start positioning towards, you know, towards where we just spawned at. So that way we can kind of already have an escape plan. If torps are coming our way, we kind of counter all of that type of stuff. There is no reason for me to follow them. Like, I'm not going to sit here and trap myself into this. I haven't slowed down yet just because we're in a good position where crossfire can be reduced. And this is where I start slowing down at. Right here. I think he's going to be doing the same thing or something similar. Get myself out there. We evaporated this motherfucker. I just got out of position. Oh my God. I ain't do much, but damn, it was just the mental image. Like, you can imagine how painful that looked. Like nothing but gunfire just coming at you, and you're just like sitting there wondering what the fuck you're gonna be doing. All right, so this is a good position for the cab, for spotting, all of that stuff. Oh, They're kind of far, not too far, but you still want to do some type of damage. So, see if we can get him real quick and disappear. Okay, about 4,000 damage. It's time to push. Sure, still wanted to be decent. He's already on this side, so I'm going to cross over. And I am messing that thing up. I keep turning. I gotta pay attention to my turning. Like, it is bad. Damn. Wrong button. You should be shooting at something constantly. John Bart. Definitely should have went around that corner, bro. He's slow now. This is a poor performance, considering we're in the right place, but it just not getting to the action, not making the most out of our salvos. Pretty much it. I mean, at least one of the BBs is not scared to take on uh, a DD. Those people with that kind of experience go a long way. So for this to be my warm up battle, last person is way up here on the top right corner, which is what, east northeast. Yeah. Now we just realign our guns. And this battle is wrapped up. I wish I could go to the other ship's angle, but I'll have to be dead to do so. This man is probably going to the corners of the earth. Still there, still going. But we only got about what, 30 seconds for the game is everywhere. Before the game is over. Love seeing everyone out. I will see y'all at the next battle. Here for this next battle. And each team only got one DD. So this should be interesting. But as the Delaware, it's going to be Battleship with Flames. And Atlanta is going to be existing. We hope to kind of get rid of some of these people in a short amount of time. Meanwhile, we want to have a center focus so we can be able to crossfire the sea and then at some point kind of position ourselves to take over A. But if we aim towards A too early, we're going to die from crossfire. So, where should I aim? I want to say angle towards the tall side of this mountain. So I'm still going to kind of turn to the right. ED, just trying to spot the flank and trying to go inside the cab at the same time. So it could work. I'm not going to follow this cruiser that's saying it can't work. It really just comes down to the experience of the person. Razor is for push in, try to be a punisher in that regard. On my position. Oh, that's good. Atlanta's right there. But it's serviceable. This is the part where we kind of try to spot around this corner, but we also need to turn to protect us. Kind of took a minute to get to this point, but nevertheless, today, Kansas, you know, we got the acceleration. Falls in between that gap. Yes, it does. That's good. That's amazing. They really ain't got much to hide. They got an advantage right now because this TV is actually thinking about trying to push. It's not ideal, big bro. Trying to hold them off from flanking. So that's gonna be our job right now. Hold them off from flanking. They have more ships than ours. They definitely gonna try to push. Um, let's see, they don't look like. Excuse me. Good that we killed one of their DDs, considering they had one more DD than us. DD is somewhere here, trying to avoid the torch. I don't even know how the fuck I missed that last salvo. I swear to God, I don't. I was literally, he must have slowed down right on time. That's the only thing I can think about. Wow. I am pissed. I am pissed. I was trying to delay as much timing as I can towards the torps coming my way, which I did, and I dodged them, but at the cost of this good ass cruiser that can actually do damage to a BB. It was not worth it. Now he's charging the Sherman. He can't torp. I already took those. We should close this to this shit. It's almost a wrap. Rest. He's charging. Yo, damn, he's charging. Oh, he's a ram. He is in a ram. Dodge. Hey, see, second game much better. Second game was way better. Definitely was locked in. Um, we got to the positioning late that we usually try to do, and then instead of like doing a full circle turnaround, I went back into a U shape to support my team. Um, we could have got flanked there. If they was aggressive enough, they would have outflanked, and I wouldn't have had enough time to like support them the very little I could. But they baited them in enough to do the damage that I needed to do. I needed to choose my salvos a little bit more. When the Awami came around the corner, I needed to aim my shells a little bit higher because I would have done damage faster. Which in the second salvo, you could see that it was getting done. The reason why I positioned myself the way I did was not to give Awami anything broadside, but also to avoid torp support because I didn't know what DD was right there at the time until later on in the game while I saw it was the kid. Because if it would have been any other DD, a bunch of set of torps would have already had came to me. So there was that. So things to think about simultaneously putting yourself in a position not to take hits at the wrong time or where they can take turns crossfire you and getting free damage off of you. All of that matters. So that worked out pretty well. And I'll see y'all at the next battle. On to the next battle. Um, Sub is gonna be annoying. No CV kind of makes this much interesting, more fun. I will say that. Yeah, do it by myself. This is interesting. I don't know how to feel. They got the cruise over there on that side by himself. I'm hoping we get more support. I am going to support the weak side and just take it from there. I can't sit here because that's cross firing. Uh, Something I can do. I have to angle my ship at a very slim angle to avoid crossfire. Otherwise, it won't work. So this is going to be like more of a V shape. We still shoot subs in 2026? Yes, always. Affirmative. We shouldn't get on subs nerves like that, but it's like a laughing trope. But you do appreciate the subs that are really, really good. Not gonna lie. I feel like subs can be annoying, especially when a person knows what they're doing. However, it feels like they're very limited on how they can move. So kind of sucks. Trying to use this bound to prevent anybody from moving from that angle. People are gonna aim here, possibly catch them back this way. You guys well? Like this guy right here. If I dodge well, they probably assumed that I was accelerating. Radar. We're gonna try. This radar don't waste. Too bad, my boy. They'll still get you as soon as you come around this corner. Yeah. That's tough, man. I love that acceleration. I'll do the same thing, right? I'll be in the wrong, right? All right. Ooh, that's pretty good. Got me now. Like that combo. Beautiful combo. I try to finish it off. That let you do that right away. I need my receipts. It's a little bit late for that. Had to get a little bit. Uh, what I went wrong is being near the cap for too long, understanding the crossfire. Um, it wasn't necessarily defending the flank per se, because they kind of divided themselves up pretty evenly. The other side is divided pretty a lot more. So I guess in a sense I couldn't identify that, and I wanted to push. Um, I was hoping that DD wasn't on the other side and he was at the ideal side in my situation. If I would have just kept on going around the mountains, I would have never came across those torps like that. Just really focus on the fire from the cruiser that was keeping me busy while the DD getting in position to torp. So that's pretty good for them. Will I fall for it again? Not much, especially if I can identify it early. So that's the lesson we learned from that. Because we could have got a lot more damage, a lot more points. We're going to go from there. Once they take out the people of CCAP, it should help wrap things up. Let's hope those torps get that ship back there. I know what he was trying to do. He just should have did more coverage. Torp for more coverage. So hitting the BB is not a complete waste. Cleveland is in the ideal position to do the most with what he got. I think Linden is trying to protect themselves simultaneously. I can't remember. Oh, it is going to protect you. Okay, so I was tripping. I wasn't sure if this AP was good enough or you just trying to burn the ship to death. I don't know. Shit, trying to catch a ball guard. Who will win this battle with the right amount of distance? Down to the stretch. Stalemate. Look where this goddamn DD is. All of this help is coming in and support. We held it all. Technically, we were supposed to be the flank that got overloaded, and we held them off pretty well, and that's the reason why we went. Uh, you can do a lot. We're supposed to play defense. I didn't play defense. I played offense. So I was caught up into the distraction. Um, and I could have played defense a little bit more if I would have identified it. So, other than that, that's it. Now everybody try to get guns out there. He kind of knows what's the inevitable. And I waste people's time. Still gonna get his though. Respect. He knows what it is, but he's still trying to do a little something, you know? Gotta appreciate it. I was shot towards this gap though, hoping that some blind towards would have did something. These torps are wild. What? I got this feature. I don't even know if I've been on the ship with that feature yet. Yeah. Oh, the torps went down there. Damn. Forecast. I want to hit people at this point with torch, but I will probably be more focused on area than now. At this point, trying to give some breathing room for us to kind of work on the people that see CPAD. That's what I would have been thinking at this point if I haven't like just gave up on the effort. You know? Oh my god, this gave up. Why are you trying to kill this up at least? Right? That is wow. Damn. Bye. Bye. Damn. Yeah, yeah. You definitely better save this. You better be on the top. This credibility performance at this point. That dude is gone. Probably gonna go and aim for the Alabama again. If I was you. Not trying to get anywhere near the Shermanto. Nah. Just darn it. This game is all the way through. Uh, I will say I didn't. I had to say I think I got too confident a little bit, but I had to focus. Just didn't pan out. Got one toy. Good. Man, it is gone. You gotta have like 100K off of the Alabama or the other people at this point. GG. At this point, I wouldn't want any more torps to hit me for free. So I definitely would use this island cover to kind of quarter him off simultaneously avoiding torps. But that might be what you want. And that's where we at so far for so I did enough to give me a good amount of XP. But still bottom of the barrel as expected. But and this is where we at with the Kansas. Good warm up, good start. Need to be more consistent, mindful. Let's move to the next one.